Did you want to take the fish shot? This performance will be sampling, quoting, referencing, restaging and reinterpreting the diversity of the acts of appropriation, liveness and physicality. This performance will also question the authenticity and the experience of a performance through its documentation. This performance will have the duration of Rachel's tape, so it's about 60 minutes. Well, no, this is a live piece. The video documentation will be shown on the 15th of June. This performance will consist of me taking you around the space of Latmia projects. So I think we start. Where do we start, Rach? As an intervention around the other performances. I'm going to read the document. This performance will consist of a series of performances I will devise around the space that will be impromptu and in reference to past 60s and 70s performance art. So we've got to find our space. We'll be doing a performance right now, apparently. Simon Ferry's performance is starting now. My performance will be after that, in the corridor. I just have to wait for that to finish, so then I can do my performance.
Well, that goodbye, my holy marriage, when and where, how we met, and wooed, made exchange of vow. I'll tell you that we passed, but this I pray that thou consent to marry us today.
So this performance will be slightly underwhelming in the way that... Should we keep going, Rach?
Yeah.
So yeah, we're thinking about the performance that we want to do here. We're thinking about using kind of like, you know, these multiple kind of exits and then like, I've always wanted to do like a performance like lying down. I mean, because everyone wants to have a performance lying down. I think if we carry on down here, I think we can find another space that we could do a performance in. Okay, another piece could be that we're going to escape. This is where we're going to do like, I'm going to do a private intervention, a private performance kind of thing. Maybe walk around the space or something. Like going around the space? What do you think? Can you do like a kind of you wanna follow me?
Yeah.
This performance will be, well, this one is going to be quite gestural, I suppose, and like, but endurance based as well. So it's going to be in relation to this time and this place, Latmia project, well, exactly this time. What time is it, Rachel? So this performance can only be done at 25 to 8 in this space. It's like performance art. It's a political act. The artist is the activist. So I would stay here for about show until the 15th. Okay, should we, what can we do? We can go down there. Do you want to go down there? Performance will be, I will get a broom and I will clean the whole space just with the broom day and night, and I will just continuously keep doing it. That's another task-based performance. Okay, so this performance will oh, okay. This performance will be okay, I think we should go up there now for the next performance. Let's go here. And then we're going to the next one. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do actually is, I'm going to go in here for about, well, maybe the middle one. Oh, no, sorry, we're doing a performance for the night. Sorry? We're doing a performance now? Okay, let's keep going. So anyway, this performance will be, this piece will be obviously about childhood nostalgia and fish. And this piece, well, this piece obviously involves, well, it will involve a lot of speaking, but it's not spoken word, I would say. So it's more performance notation, performance text, or... I have a problem with variables, because there's always too many things you could do with the performance. You know? Yeah. Always be recording. Always. I thought this is about purity. We've got to be purists. Oh, so I was thinking about doing a performance where there would be kind of columns or pillars, all kind of dotted around this kind of very small kind of edgy space. Probably maybe outside. So just like this, and then some wool, and I'll start kind of like entwining it around me. It's kind of like... Yeah, so gradually I was kind of slowly kind of encase myself into some kind of cocoon shape, you know, with some kind of organic material. That would be quite colourful, be quite playful. I'd also kind of avoid casual performance art references to 60s and 70s performance by wearing by not wearing black clothing. She is. Matching. So I don't think we can actually go through here. So I don't think this performance is going to happen straight away. So I might have to wait a bit longer for this one to happen. So this performance will commence me going through Joe's performance. So this performance that I will do will probably be inside now, because now we've gone around the whole space, and the potential of outside, but it's very windy.
Outside doing it, and then they took a recording of the recording, and then took another recording.
So anyway, so this performance will will commence once when she's out of that room, but then I might do it in that room there. So, and in the adjacent room I will do a performance where I would kind of so the next performance I will do will be a drinking performance where it involves me getting a little bit drunk. What's that? One red, one white. Thank you. Okay, so after this performance, anyway, the next performance that I will be doing will probably be in there. I think it will be like a painting-based one, where I would kind of be, you know. Shall we take a turn?
This is so.
This next is going to kind of be a continuation of part 2. Maybe it'll be something like obviously to do about this space and this time, raw and intrinsically kind of 60s, 70s, like two people kind of in the space, and then you have to choose where you have to go within that space. So maybe something kind of, you know, very light, very gestural. I mean, obviously it'll be really compelling, and there'll definitely be an element of repetition. And wondering really when then we can kind of source out the potentials of the space. You know, there's always time to kind of edit and cut it, because I mean, this is the live work, but obviously, you know, like there's only going to be, people only have got so much time to really look at a document, to really kind of take it in, you know, like, you know, video art's too long anyway, so, you know, it's got to be live, it's got to be immediate, but obviously there's that element that is always going to be ephemeral, so turn it into something that is more, this series of performances that would occur at that. Is there a performance going on now? Yeah? So this series of performances, they're going to be kind of slightly imposing in the sense that they're going to be quite quiet, I think. I think they're going to be like, probably not a lot of people are going to see them. My next idea would be quite sociological in a way, that it looks at like the voyeurism, so what's behind the door in the present, but you won't be quite sure. I guess it's kind of about documentation. It's about the performance that will happen after number 3 of the Corridor series that I will create. So after the 4th action of the Corridor series.
It's a beautiful day.
Yeah, I agree. So this piece, anyway, is going to kind of probe further maybe the relation of how much work Rachel Dow has to actually do to edit this film. This performance will occur in, I don't know, what time is it now? About 8 minutes to 9, actually. So, conclude what is really, I suppose, the relation to documenting live work these days. I mean, should we keep walking? I mean, what is it into the relation of like live work? It's got to be heavily edited. That's something that was actually really dull to watch live, to look really, really compelling. Heavily edited. Well, Rachel Dow is going to put sounds. You're going to cut and appropriate. People haven't quite seen yet. I think the performance will kind of slowly push further, you know, what can performance even look like intrinsically there if it's just kind of spoken? Or is it, can it be a talk? Or can it be something that's switched on and switched off? So I mean, this performance will, I suppose, will have gone over the majority of people's heads. Incredibly underwhelming. I think they're still probably waiting for something to happen. You can't judge what other people's preconceptions are on performance. Right, so I think the next performance that will happen will be around the corner. So if you follow me, kind of thing, like.